How does a website get on the first page of a Google search? Well, I'm going to tell you what I believe the answer to that is. I've done hundreds and hundreds of hours of site reviews, watching and looking and seeing what comes up based on industrial keywords. What are those? All the broad terms people would use to find your website, for example. If you were a plumber, they would say plumber Palm Springs or plumber San Diego, plumbers San Francisco, and you see what comes up. Very interesting to see what websites actually rank on the first page. Some are really good, some are horrible. What exactly are the terms and the factors that determine who gets on that page? Is it backlinks? Is it local searches? Is it keywords? The answer is yes. The algorithm that the search engines use is proprietary. Each one weighs certain factors more heavily than the other ones. But let me go through the exact factors and what I saw. What's important for you to understand as a website owner. If you look at a search term, broad industrial like I talked about before, or even keywords, they're what people start with. Keywords typically have always been thought of as the basis for every website and every particular property, and they still are very important, but they're not the only thing. I saw websites that in fact had no keywords, no Google-friendly stuff, none of the standard website good practices put in, but yet it was rated a number 4 at a Google search for a broad term like air conditioning Palm Springs. What it did in spades was a social aspect. Somebody took the time to actually put in social networks on the site and connected them. So social is a very important part of getting rated on the first page. Next is local directories. People who take time to put their information into a multitude of directories, local directories, and 411 sites seem to really help push you up on the front page. Now notice, none of those are on-page SEO techniques. These are all considered off-page SEO techniques. There were other ones that were URL specific. For example, plumbers and Palm Springs. If you had a site and had a web page in that site which said plumberspalmsprings.html, they ranked up on the first page because they had an exact match to the searches that people were posing for that industry. Very important. Then came down to other aspects. Footprints. How large is the footprint for the website? Also played a term in the ranking on the first page. Do they use video on their sites? Are they using podcasting? Are they submitting their videos to the top 50 video sites out there and broadening their footprint? Those that did weighed better in the search than those that didn't. Also then, when you got down to the website itself, was there bad code? Was the code hard for Google to read, or Bing or Yahoo? And if so, they were downgraded from that. The next factor that we saw were backlinks. How many backlinks do you have to your site? These are links coming from other sites to your site. Very important, but not the end-all to end-all importance. It's a combination of all of those things. So if we look at the social factors, for example, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, Google+, Google Local, Yahoo Local, Angie's List, review sites, Pinterest, directory sites, reputation management sites, 411 sites. These are all very important to search results, as well as larger footprints. So let me give you some advice. The first things to think about is how to get on that front page. That doesn't necessarily mean to rebuild your site. It means to use the social, the local, URL-specific types of items, keywords, of course. But then, once you're on that page, or close there to it, conversion to customers is the next most important thing. When your site is visited, now these other aspects come into play. Is the site easy to use? Is it easy to navigate? Is it Google friendly? If it's hard to work, if it's hard to read, if it's hard to navigate, people are going to bounce off and go back to those first page search results for your competitors instead of you. So getting people to your site is one thing. Keeping them there and converting them to clients are the other major strategy that you've got to do to be successful in marketing your website on the internet. So in closing, to get on the first page, there are a bunch of these factors listed right here. What search terms are they using? Keywords, the social, the local, URL specific, getting a larger footprint, and backlinks, what hurts you are bad code and poor site design. All in a nutshell. And now that you understand what you've got to do to help your site, let me offer you some package deals from iGoogleFriendly.com. Now here we are at the iGoogleFriendly website, and basically we're going to swing right over and take a look at our packages. Now we actually have 4 packages with a 5th premium package I'm not going to discuss right now, so let's move right to the first one, the local domination package. What this does for you is incredible. We take 10 testimonials a month and push those out across all of the various review sites like Yelp and Google Review and Yahoo, etc. And we do this over time organically. They get hammered out there and literally Google eats that up. That really does help you to get up on that first page. It's not the only thing to do, but it is an incredibly important thing to do. The cost is $2.97 a month for at least 3 months. We prefer 6, which will really help you to get up on that first page. The second package that we had is the lead capture package. This is where we, of course, work in your industry, figure out what people are asking, such as plumbers and Palm Springs. Whatever your industry is, people are using standard search terms to find those, and those with exact match URLs end up being on the first page. So we have to try to second guess what those are and then add those URLs directly to your website. And that way you have an exact matched term and have a good chance of being high on the list. The third one we see is the social media package. In the social media package, we set you up across 9 to 12 really high-end social media sites where, of course, you take over and start posting stuff, mind you, every month. But the links back to your site are gold. I reviewed one site a month or so ago, and it had literally nothing going for it, but it was on the first page of a Google search for such a broad search term as electricians Palm Springs. And what it ended up being, it was in the 4th position on the first page. And when you looked at all the on-site stuff, it was garbage. The only thing it had going for it was social media. Somebody took time to really get them hooked in with social media. So that became really, really important for getting on the first page. The last one we talk about is a deep directory distribution. And this falls into using local directories, making sure you can be found. It's all brute force. There's no easy way to automate it. You've got to go into a plethora of these particular local directories and then end up in what we call the 411 sites, which are directories that are somewhat crossed with review sites where they automatically populate what they believe is your right information and any particular testimonials they might find connected to you out on the web. They stick them together. Many times they're in error. People make decisions based on things like that are in error, but in our case we go correct those, and if they're not out there we push them out there, and that is our particular 4 packages. Again, the local domination package is $2.97 a month for 3 months minimum. The lead capture is $500. The social media saturate is $500, and the deep directory distribution is $500. Again, my name is Peter Brusso. Now you have to make up your mind which package or packages you might want to have to get started to getting up on the first page of a Google search. My number is 714-931-8123. Please feel free to contact me. My email at iGoogleFriendly is hq@iGoogleFriendly.com. Thank you for watching my presentation.